What's up, everybody? This is the real John King, aka Rebel City Slim. Welcome to another random road story. Hey, this story here is about another time I was hanging out on Beale Street in Memphis, and I was at this club across from BB King's where I ran into James Cotton at, because it was a club that they had an open mic night on Tuesdays. That's where people could come up and sit in with the house band and play some music and stuff. So I go over there this particular night because I had been working at the Comedy Zone there in town, and I would always go down on Beale Street and hang out. So this night I was down there hanging out, and there was a guy on stage. I didn't know who he was once again because I just don't know everybody that's in the music business, but there was a guy on stage, man, when I got there, and this guy was playing guitar, man, lead guitar, and he's playing the shit out of this guitar, man. He's playing, singing, doing some real good blues stuff. And after he finally gets off stage, man, and takes a break or whatever, I come to find out that it's Little Jimmy King. And Little Jimmy King is the guy that toured with Albert King and was also featured on some of his albums and stuff, his live and studio albums. Now, he said that he was Albert King's grandson, but in truth and reality, he wasn't. But Albert King, took him under his wing and told everybody that he was his grandson. Little Jimmy King actually was one of the famous Gale brothers. There's three Gale brothers, and they all play guitar. And Little Jimmy King's given name is Emmanuel Lynn Gales. And you probably know his other brother who's still playing, and his name is Eric Gales. But Little Jimmy King passed. He died some time back. But this guy was like really, really, really good, man. I mean, he could play in a bunch of different styles, man. I mean, he can even do some serious Jimi Hendrix type stuff. And I got a chance to see him do all that stuff. And he was actually the one that was hosting the jam session that night. So I got a chance to talk to him before he went back up on stage. I was like, man, I said, I'm a harmonica player. I'm just hanging out in town, man, and I really want to sit in with you, man. I like what you do. He go, oh, yeah, man, you can sit in. He said, sure, man. He said, matter of fact, when we go back up, come on up. So we went up, man, and I sat in for a whole set with this dude, man. And once again, he was an excellent guitar player. Well, after the the jam session ended, he talked to me some more. He said, well, man, look, he said, what you doing this weekend? I said, after the show, I'm coming down here and hanging out. He said, cool. He said, so come back down this weekend, man. And I'm playing at some other clubs here on Beale Street. And, man, if you want to, just come down and just sit in and play, man, because I like the way you play. So I was like, cool. So that Saturday night, after the second show at the comedy club, I headed straight down to Beale Street, man, and I had already found out where he would be playing. So I met him there, man, where he was playing, and he got me right on stage, man, and we played until the wee hours of the morning. And it was a total blast, man, a barrel of fun, because he know a lot of people there in Memphis, so people would come in and sit in with him, and a bunch of different really, really good musicians I got a chance to play with. I wish I could remember all of them's name, but it was just some of the baddest dudes in the Memphis area. And Memphis, like Nashville and just like a lot of other cities, man, Austin, they full of some of the top-notch musicians. And it was a blast, man, just to be able to hang out and play with some of them guys, man. So after we played this particular club on a Saturday night, when the before we parted, he said, man, he said, would you be interested in traveling? And I said, well, nah, because I'm already traveling. I said, I'm a stand-up comedian and I'm touring all over the place. And that's how I make my money, man. So I really won't be able to do any, thing outside of what I'm doing now, as far as touring and traveling goes. But now you got to remember, I didn't know who he was, and all the time I was hanging out with him and playing with him and jamming with him, I didn't know how famous he was. I mean, he told me what his name was. He told me he played with Albert King, and he told me that he had his own band and he was doing stuff. But he was just a guy to me. I didn't know who he was, and I didn't find out who he was until probably months later. And I just happened to stumble across some of his stuff, man, and once again I got really, really curious, and I just started digging up everything I could. And man, I was floored when I found out that he wasn't just a regular guy from Memphis. This dude was already famous. He already had records out, and he was playing all over the damn world. Offered me to go and play with him, and I turned him down because I'm thinking, shit, I'm making some decent money, and I don't want to have to split it with 4 or 5 other dudes. But probably would have been more than I was making, because he was probably, between them, they was making probably 100 times more than what I was making, but I didn't know. So once again, another opportunity slipped through my fingers, man, but must wasn't meant to be, man. So, but I still got the memories. I got a chance to hang out with him, man, and jam with him. And he thought I was good enough to travel with him, but it didn't work out that way. So, but that's all right, man. I wouldn't trade my life for nothing. I still had a good life, got a lot of good memories, and I had a lot of fun along the way. So thanks again, man, for listening. I'll get back with y'all. I got some more stories about music and musicians. Take care.